if I did? What if I said? What if
It works now, though. I can see it.
He has his own Facebook.
I can see it now, though.
Facebook.
The mic is on.
Yes.
What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened to everything with love? What if I knew only the truth? What if my mind accepted everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. Oh, Mother, Father, Spirit, guide us from above. Our sons and daughters look to us to show them love. Come, sisters, brothers, let's hold hands and sing as one, that we will be what we've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? Love. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened everything with love. What if I knew only the truth? What if my mind accepted everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. Oh, Mother, Father, Spirit, guide us from above. Our sons and daughters look to us to show them love. Come, sisters, brothers, let's hold hands and sing as one, that we will be what we've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around without everything with love? Love. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart opened to everything with love? What if I knew only the truth? What if my mind accepted everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. Oh, Mother, Father, Spirit, guide us from above. Our sons and daughters look to us to show them love. Come, sisters, brothers, let's hold hands and sing as one, that we will be what we've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within the Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. Yes, we're gonna be what we've come here to be. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? Love. What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I did? What if I said? What if I looked around at everything with love? What if I heard? What if I gave? What if my hand reached out to everything with love? What if I'm a beacon of that light that shines in all of us? And what if I'm the only guide some will see? Then I must recognize within His Spirit, and it's only love. And I must be what I've come here to be. And I know the first step begins within me. What if I felt perfectly whole? What if my heart
Begin Within Ministries proudly presents Sofa Sundays with your hosts, Reverend Dr. Michelle Izugwu and Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns. Sundays at 11:11 a.m. Arizona time and rebroadcasts on Mondays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Come join us on the sofa every Sunday morning. Sofa Sundays with Michelle and Jeannie. Learn more at www.beginwithinministries.com. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear us out there in the world?
Yes.
We can be heard. This is a good sign. The camera worked right away. The microphone worked right away. And these are working right away. Let's give some acknowledgement to technology today.
Technology working.
And also some acknowledgement to Lyric, our sound tech, stage crew extraordinaire who set it all up. And we appreciate you.
Right? And she's been on like 3 minutes.
I know. She was on it.
Counting us in today. Normally we have to tell her. Today
We appreciate you, Lyric.
she's on the ball today.
You are, not literally, but you are.
We could get you one if you want.
Do you want a ball?
No.
No. She's like, I'm not listening to you people.
Like,
That's weird.
Don't embarrass me, Mom.
Right?
Oh,
I mean,
man.
seriously.
Look at them. That's good. I like that.
I know, this is a good setup.
So we can see us on this little thing here.
Yeah.
I like it. I can see
It's
our
We
candle.
can see everything
See,
from
we
here.
can
It's
see
a
your
good
candle.
setup.
Much better. All right.
So,
Well, here we are.
Here we are, but where are we?
You want specifics.
Specifically in the present moment.
In the
yes.
present moment, we are here at the Unleash Your Life Studios, the fabulous home of the Reverend Dr. Michelle Whittington. And her
Absolutely.
classes and her practice is all done here in this beautiful space. And we are so grateful that we get to use it every Sunday at 11:11 Arizona time.
Yes, and that's located at 7220 North 16th Street in Phoenix, Arizona, 85020. We are in Building A1. How will you know? We'll be on the door. And I just want to give a shout out. We just finished yesterday, Best Year Yet, 3.0. We are heading into 4.0 next year, which is only in a few weeks, people.
That's freaking me out.
It
Go ahead.
really is. I can't believe we are on week 50. It's amazing. What I want to tell you, though, is that there is still some room in the room for Best Year Yet 4.0 if you are interested. Now you're thinking to yourself, because Reverend Dr. Michelle is this highly acclaimed teacher.
Dr. Michelle
Whittington. Sorry, I was like, did I not say her name? Reverend Dr. Michelle Whittington is a highly acclaimed teacher and mystic in our area that you think you can't afford to do this. And I am going to tell you right now, you are wrong. Okay, so one, where is your abundance consciousness that you were even thinking that? Two, it is $33 a month.
Oh, come on, people.
This is less than, you know what? Starbucks,
Everything?
right?
Yeah,
This
a
is-
lot less than Starbucks.
This is less than Starbucks. This is a little over $1 a day. This is life-changing inspiration, support. You get so much from this. So please go online to unleashyourlife.us and sign up. Sign up now. I'll wait.
And you'll be in the class with our very own Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns too,
Right?
which is an added bonus.
It's
people.
an added bonus.
Added bonus.
Absolutely.
And I believe it's also online too.
It is, again.
So we
there's-
have no,
Right, there's limited
excuses.
room.
No
There is
excuses.
limited room in the room, but unlimited
I
online.
mean, so if you don't live in the state, you are still able to join this class.
And it is amazing. I cannot say enough about this. I will be in this until she stops doing it.
Ooh.
That's what I'll say.
That's
It really has changed. It's changed my life. It really has changed my life. The support of the other people in this, the camaraderie that we have, the system that she employs to continue to help us to grow
Mhm.
is just amazing. And like I said, we just finished our last class yesterday, where we went over a lot of the stuff that we did and what we found for ourselves in the reflection of this last year, which is kind of where we're going today.
Look how
So
that lines up.
look at how that lines
Because
up.
we're heading into 4.0 ourselves. We are
We
now
are.
3.0 done and delivered, and now we're heading into 4.0, which is so exciting. We have so much going on this year for all of us, and we're excited for our new journal books coming out. And so just stick around. There's a lot of things happening
Right.
with Dr. Michelle Whittington's group, our group. Yeah, we're here to help you create a life you love for sure.
Absolutely. So without further ado,
Would you like to pray us in?
I would
Okay.
You should be on there. For some reason it quit.
Well,
Just a second.
okay. We are.
I don't know why I quit. I
Yeah.
spoke too soon about the technology this
Right,
morning.
we celebrate the
Easy for me.
technology and then there you have it.
And we get a
It's
new
like a
thing.
challenge to the technology.
Right, sometimes I think.
Well, it could be a Wi-Fi thing also. Wi-Fi goes out.
Right, so Wi-Fi sometimes, yeah, so that's a thing. So, thank you. I do see that Evie pointed that out, but now she's in the room. So, anybody else listening out there, if
In
it
the
happens again,
world.
please let us know.
Yes.
If you are here on Sunday. If this is Monday, sorry.
We're so sorry.
Yeah. But if it is,
probably
and it's
was-
already happened, yeah. You missed, we solved the world problems, but we had no sound,
Again.
As we
solved it
always
Again.
as we always do when the sound
We
goes out.
always do. And then it just,
Yeah,
don't always tell us why you
So-
should be here in person if you can.
exactly, because then, even if the sound goes out, there's always
Yeah, our
sound.
people in the audience are like,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
we're fine.
Yeah, there you go.
You're I like that face.
Mhm.
Thank you, Miss King.
So, basically, just to recap,
Anywho,
the last few
go ahead.
minutes there was that we are talking about reflecting on the progress and rejoicing in growth.
Yes.
And I was speaking
Of
about
the past year.
of the past year. And I was speaking about how in Best Year Yet, we celebrate all the wins, whether they're micro or macro in our win thing, and how that a lot of times, especially as women, we don't always acknowledge that about ourselves. We are more prone to beating ourselves up than to acknowledging what we do well, what we've enjoyed. And you said something very profound about
The looking back, that hindsight is always 2020
Right.
because we have grown, we have evolved, and so we can recognize those things now. So the reflection isn't for looking back and beating ourselves up, as you said. It's for recognizing the growth and the evolution that we've had.
and that a lot of
Honoring
times that happens because we didn't have a plan.
Right. We don't
If
have.
we haven't hit things that we would like to.
Right.
And
to maybe, or if you did, maybe change it. So I did this and that didn't work, so now I'm gonna do something else. It's for awareness, not for feeling woe is me and I'm this and all these
Right.
negative things. It's not for that.
one of the other things that around June, July time period that we did in Best Year Yet was to we have our heart map, to take a whiteout and to reevaluate everything on the heart map. And if we didn't feel that that was in congruence with who we were becoming, to get rid of it, right? Because it is not the destination, it's the journey. It's
Yes.
who we're becoming in the process, which is told to us every month. So yes, this is still the plug for Best Year Yet 4.0,
Still doing it.
you know.
And we don't get paid for this stuff. We just,
No.
it's because it's truly
It,
affecting
right, it is
your
so
life
life
in such a positive
affirming.
way.
Yeah, it is so life affirming for me. But like I said, I posted this article that I read this morning and just a few things that I got from it, a few questions that I got from it. But one of the things as it starts, it talks about the god Janus. And the god Janus had the ability to look both ways, both behind and forward. And that's how we got January. And January in our world is when, especially in the United States, I'm not sure. Chris will have to let us know if it's like this in Australia as well. We look at January as being the month of resolutions. Don't go to a gym in January, people. It's crowded. All the
For a
time
couple of
periods.
weeks.
For a
First 2
couple,
weeks.
yeah, just in January.
First 2 weeks.
Just so we look at this time period as when we are doing. I mean, I think I'm doing a vision board thing on the 3rd of January. So like we look at this time period to really set forward what we would like to see the next year become. And a lot of times, especially if we had a hard year the year before, we're very grateful that somehow this random time construct changed from the 31st of December to January 1st, and now this is all behind us, right? So with that acknowledgement that, you know, you can do this at any time period. I just want to point that part out. You can do this on a Monday, during any month of the year, a Friday night, you know, whatever. Like, you can start your life whenever you want, people. It's all on you. But here are some questions that I wanted to put out there for you. The first one they talked about is, what strengthened me this year? Where did I get my strength? Now, if this was a quiz about Reverend Jeannie, you would say, oh my God, what have I been talking about all morning? Thank you. Best year yet, right? So that definitely strengthened me this year. What strengthened you this year?
Oh, I think making some changes in my husband and my career choices. So just my husband ending a career that he was in, and then now we're building something else. And so that takes a lot of mental growth to do that. And we definitely have also developed a lot of strength, even though it was really hard. I point out to him a lot that we wouldn't, if we couldn't be here thinking this way and wanting to do the thing, like getting the ideas we had, if we hadn't gone through this though. And I know it seems like you go through these things and they're just awful and whatever, but like sometimes you kind of have to do that so that you can have a clear vision or know where you want to go, because you don't want to go there. So I feel like that a lot of our strength has come from going through some tough things, and now we're seeing things very clearly, and we have a lot of strength and resolve to do these things that we're focusing on now.
Right, it does help you have some clarity on where you want to go. And we've talked about this actually all year, you and I.
Right.
There have been things happening outside that we don't always share on the sofa, that both Michelle and I have been like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Come on.
You know, this is where we're at. And it has strengthened.
Right.
It really has strengthened us as individuals, as partners, you and I, as partners with our partners.
Our group,
Yeah, so this has been.
And spiritually, because when you go through stuff like that, right? If you have a spiritual practice, whatever yours may be, I'm hoping that you lean in on that.
Mm-hmm.
Not just when things are good. Oh, yay, things are so great. Yay, thank you. Everything's wonderful. God has my back. All that's wonderful. But when it's tough, where do you go?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you push on? Because it's very easy up front to be upset and it's terrible and woe is me. But hopefully you come out of that and going, hey, God's got my back.
Daily
Spirit's
practice.
moving me, and
Yes.
this is for my good, even though it looks like shit. It's for my
Right.
good, and I'm trusting that in the good and the what I would call bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Daily practice, whatever your daily practice is, that grounds you,
Yes.
right? So that's my big aha reflection yesterday when I shared was that I have had opportunities this week, to be a drama queen. And it's something I enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm very much a theater person, right? I love that, right? I am that person. And yet, when it comes to spirituality, part of me, I don't want to attract the stuff that creates drama queen Jeannie, right? I just don't. You know, that's just not where I wish to go with that.
Right.
When I first got sober, my sponsor said to me, if you're going to have all that drama, take it to the stage. And I did. You know what I mean? Like, I joined community theater at that point. I was like, good idea. Let's do this. And so yesterday when I shared that about, you know, really there were opportunities to be a drama queen and I didn't, I was like, well, what is that? What is the opposite of drama queen? It's a grounded woman, it, you know, or man, you know, it is a grounded human who knows where their center is, how to get back to center when they've gotten off.
Right.
And what brings them that peace, right? And so, to share a little bit, last Thursday, something big happened in my family that I was freaked out about. And I had to be there for a family member without freaking them out and letting them know that they were freaking me out. So, it was very freaking. And for me, my daily practice is prayer. I love praying. I love spiritual mind treatment, which is affirmative prayer. It makes sense to me scientifically to think of the biggest expression of the divine consciousness and align with that. And, if I can go a little quantum physics here and speak my word into the field and have it collapse into the manifestation that I want, because sometimes what I want isn't the best for everything, right? Like, let's remember sometimes, as Garth Brooks says, thank God for unanswered prayers, right? There are sometimes what you want really isn't what you want. You just don't know it. And so I really believed what I wanted was for the highest and best for everybody. And, but I wanted to come from that grounded peacefulness. And so I reached out to others, in my prayer circle, and they were in prayer as well. And I was pretty calm through it, right? Like I was having, and then I also am kind of a kitchen witch type of person. So I had a little simmer pot going on of peace and prosperity. I had, that protection going, and my house smelled wonderful. And, and it worked out by Friday afternoon. And then something else came up in a different aspect of my life, which now at this point, my physiologically, I don't think I was calm long enough before this happened, and I felt it again. So I did it again. I knew what worked because I do this, right? So like I knew what would work, what would strengthen me, and by the evening, I was in bingo winning money. So it was all right, So that's what I think, that a lot of times we have to know what balances us, what grounds us, so that we can come from that point of power.
Right. Yeah, it's the same thing as already having your tribe before the situation happens, right? Which you did, and that they're already in place. You don't have the situation happen and then go try to build that during that period. You do it now when things are kind of normal, right? You build a practice, you learn new things, you take classes and you learn different things. You learn about, we've learned over the years, meditation, spiritual mind treatment, or affirmative prayer, being able to be still, and know that that I'm God, and let that take over. We've learned things over time that you have when those moments come up to lean into and let them do their jobs. Right. So now is the time to be building that. Now is the time to be creating those things, so that when you need them, they're there. And that's how we stay, and to be practicing it every day. A lot of the stuff that we share on here are daily practices. They're not just to be only used once in a while. Those muscles have to be built. So they're the ones that kick in, not the ones that we've been using since childhood that were handed to us and being programmed to react in a certain way. We've learned different things. We've learned more about ourselves. We have more awareness. We know, for me, I know differently. And so I'm always recognizing when my spiritual knowledge takes over instead of the programming takes over. Mm-hmm. When my first move is to go pray about something instead of oh my gosh, what's happened? That I know that when that happens, I definitely reflect on my progress there. I definitely know that, wow, I have grown, because that isn't my first response anymore. But that didn't come from taking one class.
No.
They didn't come from, going to a workshop over a weekend and getting all this great stuff and then you just put it back in the book that you got and it's on the shelf somewhere. Oh, if I need it, I'll pull that out. Like, no, it comes from using it every day. When you've learned something, where can I place that in my life and how can I incorporate it? Because I got to build that muscle now. Recently I go to the gym very regularly with my husband and I work out on my legs a lot. And I had a moment, I told you guys a few weeks ago, where I almost fell. And it was several steps of stumbling upstairs that had my legs, had I not been working out, I would have fallen. My hands were full, so I didn't want to drop that stuff I had. But as I stumbled, it was amazing to me how my legs pushed me up. And I felt the strength kick in on its own.
Right.
To keep me, and it wound up stabilizing me to where I came out of that. I walked away going, oh my God, that could have been so bad. That would have been me flat on my face on concrete, for sure. Could have broken something, for sure. And I recognized in that moment how all of that work I've done to build these muscles so that I am stronger.
What a great analogy.
Paid off. Right? It just like that, they just kicked in. I didn't even have to think about it. In the moment as it was happening, I was recognizing their ability to kick in on their own. It was incredible, a moment as I just kept taking that step and that step and that step until I was back up and I was like, wow, I'm walking. Oh my God, I'm walking. And I recognized that the lack of strength. So Lyric's 15, and I was actually pregnant with the twins when I recognized and I've worked out most of my adult life since I was like 18, 19 years old. I've worked out here and there, but I had Trey and then was running a business, and 3.5 years later I had the twins. So I don't know that I was actively doing that, but I remember at one point I came down to pick up something and I was pregnant. So when you're pregnant, you don't bend over. you have to squat down to get something because there's nowhere, especially with twins, there's no bending over to get anything. So I went down to get something and I couldn't get back up. I couldn't push myself to get back up. And I thought, well, this is not good. How am I getting back up off the floor? And I had to go kind of on my knees and get myself somewhere where my arms could help my legs pull me up. And I thought, that's not good. That's not good. As soon as I am done being pregnant, I need to do something about that. I was 42 years old. I'm like, that's not going to work for me to not have strength. So everything's like that. Everything that your mental state, if you react quickly to something, you're set off. Anybody can set you off. Your muscles are weak. They're weak, or they're stronger in the negative side than they are your positive side. And that's a daily thing. And those things are great to thank God.
Right.
I did that because now that would be 4 years, like 14 years later, I don't have a fall like that.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the thing about strengthening any muscle, whether it's physical muscle, spiritual muscle, emotional, that we work on it. What strengthened you guys?
Get the microphone.
Could I get an assist?
That's your cue. She's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Eric.
Certainly being here on Sundays is a large part.
Aw.
And then the components of this place is a large part of my tribe. And with all the things that I went through this year, knowing that, first of all, there were people out there wanting the best for me, praying for the best, visualizing the best for me, and reminding me when I would forget. And when you've got a lot of trauma and drama coming your way, it's easy to forget. And so for me, probably the most powerful support of this past year has been the people in my life reminding me that I can handle this, I deserve good things, all of that.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else want to share?
what she said. And I would also say some concerns about health have been strengthening to need to deal with them. And also just having my sister have my back all the time. We talk to each other every single Sunday on Messenger, whatever. And in the beginning, I thought we would never have enough to talk about because both of us hate talking on the phone, but when we're face to face, somehow we come up with an hour's worth of stuff to talk about. And it could be menial stuff, but for us, it's just that connection because she lives in Australia and I live here. And it keeps that connection alive because I really miss her and wish she was around more. And she misses me and I know the same thing. But
And we miss you too, Chris.
I know, come back.
she's coming in June.
Oh, good.
May, end of May, early June. And then also, well, what Ann said, the tribe that I have that has been very supportive and has always been there for me.
There's a lot of strength in the tribe, in your tribe, a lot of strength in your tribe, but you have to build it now. You have to put deposits in so that you feel comfortable to take deposits out.
I am thankful for the friendship that I've received. And if I didn't have that, in light of my recent acknowledgement of Alzheimer's, that, Anne is so important to me. And now I realize that I need to share, and that's why I'm here today. I've been not being here. And I need to do this so that I can develop my strengths.
Nice.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Larry, do you got strength?
Yeah, do you want to
I think-
participate?
Come here. What has strengthened you this year? Come here.
We make your brother do it. What strengthened you this year?
I don't know.
Well, what made this year better than last year for you?
She's like, should I
How about
say
your
it?
business?
I mean, your business, your pretty new teeth without braces. Anything happen at school with your art?
So you started what this year? High school.
Oh, high school? Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you have some great friends, don't you?
Yeah.
That have your back.
Yeah.
That can give you a lot of strength, right?
A lot.
You have a good tribe that care about you, right? And your family cares about you, right? What else? Anything else? What were you gonna say?
I don't know.
All right, we won't do it to you too often. I only have 2 more questions, no worries.
We have to do it during that answer.
That's right.
Gotta.
So pay attention. So the next one was, what drained me more than I admitted
Oh,
this last year? And this one, they say, how really helps to bring the clarity. And some of the examples they gave were like an obligation that took more than it gave, uneven relationships, a habit that consumed too much time, and it wasn't about blaming. This was just to see where our energy went. And I have a phone addiction habit that takes too much time. And then once a week it tells me how long I've been on my phone versus how much I haven't. And because I will scroll while watching TV. I will scroll while, whatever. I just scroll a lot, and I find some wonderful things. And sometimes I am just feeding my brain mush, so I think that is like a big energy drain on me that, I may or may not address, because I'm not going to do the blame. I'm going to do the acknowledgement, the clarity of what drains some energy from me, and that's one of them, and then look to see. What about you?
I think when people I love are going through things and I allow myself to also go through it, that makes sense. Like worry about them, or I try to fix it for them, or I try to make it better, I try to do all the things, and I've learned this year around that that's maybe not mine to do.
Mm.
And when you do that for somebody, sometimes it can make them feel like they can't do it
Right.
and they're not
You think I
able.
can't do that for myself?
Yeah. And then they start to internalize that they're not capable, and then they start to really have a lot of shame and yuck for themselves. So you think you're helping, but at the same time, you're really can be hurting them if it's gone to the point where you just constantly are picking up everything. And instead to be able to say, which is hard for me to see somebody suffering like that or dealing with that, and being able to say, I believe you're going to figure that out, and stop talking or stop doing, and let them move through their own paces. Just like I would do it for myself. When I have issues come up, my mind kicks into that. I work through stuff. I get on it. I'm resilient. I do that. But if I keep taking those opportunities from somebody else, they don't build that for themselves. They don't recognize, like, that was really hard and I figured out what to do. Because that's when you go, wow, I've got a lot more strength than I thought I did. So that is a big drainer for me. That can cause me a lot of extra stress, inability to do other things, can shut me down really well. And I've had a few moments of that where I don't even remember what triggered for me to recognize I was doing that, but it was causing me my own mental stress and strife until I recognized I was doing that. And now I don't. And it has changed a lot of things.
That is such a great example of something that happens, and I loved how you were putting it, like, when we take that opportunity away from another, whether it's our child, our partner, or somebody we work with, when we take that opportunity away, we are not allowing them to have that strengthening exercise.
Right.
If somebody had deprived me of some of the things that I learned this year, right?
Yeah.
Would I have the strength to go through the things that I need to, right?
Right.
So I agree. That's a big
Yeah.
deal.
That's a hard one. It's a hard one to recognize, and it's a hard one to stop saving everybody.
Yeah, stop being a fix-it.
They don't need to be saved. They really don't.
I guess for me, it's more about, it's not about I'm enabling them in their weakness or whatever. It's really more about where is my energy best used? So I can be supportive without getting into their drama.
Yeah.
I can be helpful. I can make suggestions as opposed to trying to take over.
Right.
Yes, that's
Um,
the thing. Don't take over.
Yeah, because not only because they're capable,
Yes.
but also because, where does my job start and end?
Yeah. Yes, having that awareness around the situation and letting somebody move through their own processes is hard to do sometimes.
Well, there's two things. The first is at work, I'm very OCD about things being perfect. And when you have people working under you that don't do it perfect, I tend to clean up after it. And they are sloppy, I will admit they are sloppy and they don't care. And that bothers me a lot, which is why I clean up after them. But it's draining me, and I finally admitted the other day to my supervisor, I can't do this anymore. She wasn't even aware I was doing it, but and let her take care of it because I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And
Good.
I told her jokingly, I'm gonna have to seek counseling over my OCD over this if we don't do something about this.
Yeah.
Then the other thing is physical. I don't get enough sleep. I'm tired all the time, and that's my fault. I could get enough sleep. I just don't know how to do it because my schedule doesn't seem to allow for it. And it's starting to take its toll on me. I feel it in every core of my being that I'm just not getting enough sleep right now. I get usually 3 to 4 hours, which is way not enough.
Yeah.
It's not because I can't sleep, it's because I don't take the time to sleep.
Mm.
And when I sleep really well. So I've got to think about how I'm gonna change that, because otherwise I'm gonna drag myself right into the grave.
You know what, Evie, that's been a big goal of mine. in the past several months is 8 hours of sleep. And I'll tell you, my watch will tell me if I actually did get 8 hours of sleep. And what I've learned is that I have to go to bed earlier than I thought.
Yeah.
So even though like I could go, okay, if I go to bed at 8:30 and I want to be up at 5, I can count, okay, no, I need to 9. Like, no, I need to go to bed at 8:30. Because sometimes I'll get up or I'll do, but the watch will tell you exactly how many hours you were actually sleeping. And so I learned a little bit about myself. And sleep is like a huge deal, especially as we get older. It's such an important thing. And I don't know that I've always known about sleep. And my mother used to always tell me how I needed to sleep a lot as a kid. And I'm a sleeper, and I've always had that kind of thing. But sometimes, and I will tell you, letting some of the responsibilities of other people go, my saving other people or doing that behavior has allowed me to sleep too, because I'm like, no, at this time I just shut it. I'm off. I'm done. Whatever didn't get done isn't going to get done, and I'm going to bed because I'm going to be up at 5. And if I don't go to bed that time, I don't get up at 5. How about that? I'm not just going to push it and do it because I've made a commitment to myself to have that 8 hours. And it has changed a lot for me. My whole day is different. My clarity is different. My ability to guess, and I can feel the difference of a day that I've honored myself like that, So there may be other leaks that are happening too that are causing that. So I know for me, the other leak was causing the leak or the problem with having my 8 hours, my time, because I was so busy saving everybody else. So it's like, no, not doing that. I'm doing that anymore, so it's changed things. So I don't know, there could be compounded like it was for me.
All right, we got one more question.
One more.
Yeah, we're heading at that time period. Where did love ask something of me? Such as patience, honesty, gentleness, courage. Looking back, we may see when we met those requests and when we didn't. Again, no blame, just reflecting on our progress and rejoicing in our growth. So for me this last year, love really has asked me to show up more present and all right, for those who know me, I have this habit of when I'm stressed and dealing with something to be very curt and very short and very not very nice, right? And it became a real awareness to me this year, and not even in a bad way. I noticed it, right? I was like, ooh, that's not very loving. That wasn't very nice on how you responded there. And so love really asked me to show up differently this year in those ways. I sometimes met it, sometimes didn't. Sometimes I wasn't aware that it was happening until afterwards. And then sometimes I was aware that it was happening, stopped it, apologized, took myself back. So I think that is one of the things that is strengthening me is becoming more self-aware, right? I think for me, and being vulnerable to say that, really is about my authenticity. Look, we all have things, right? This just happens to be a big one of mine that has affected my relationships all my life. To be like, hey, I'm busy, you're not important, when whatever I'm doing really isn't that important as that person that person I love is in my life. So that is something I am, putting in the forefront of my mind to be aware of, and to be more patient, more loving, more gentle in how I deal with things, even if people are annoying.
Well, they can be annoying sometimes.
Right?
So
Sometimes people.
We're gonna say that that's true. Yes, definitely that is important. For me, the love is toward me. Because I tend to look everywhere else, and I recognized over this year that I wasn't honoring me and giving that love to me, which is why that 8 hours of sleep, that was one of the things I recognized, why I've been working so hard to not have sugar, why I've not been drinking. Everyone's like, I would say in the past, I don't know, 6-ish months or whatever, I think I've had 2 drinks. So it's not like I can't drink at all ever. I had no drinking issues. I just know that that is poisoning my system. And I have a hard time eating anything that poisons my system, much less why would I drink something? So I started having all these awarenesses about the body, that I'm working out at the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm gonna go drink something, and then I'm gonna go eat a bunch of garbage. Like that's doesn't make sense to me. So I just kind of have started on this path of cleaning some of that up, and it doesn't mean that I won't have a hot chocolate or a donut or something. So it's not that kind of a thing. It's just like, let's be aware of how I'm treating myself and make intentional decisions when I do. And if I want the donut, then have it. And if I have already had something, and maybe I don't do that because I want to show myself that love and that respect of the me and the system, the body that I'm using to be here.
Right.
And then the sleep is a big deal of that. So I feel like I'm loving myself a lot more. And I wouldn't necessarily say putting myself first, that's such a cliche, but making sure that in the scheme of things, where am I in that? And where are my needs in that? And am I honoring myself in that before I worry about anyone else's? So I think that's what's been big for me this year. And I think it's helped everybody around me too.
Where did love ask something of you? If you got an answer at home, type it in. Anybody?
It's probably me also. One of the things I know about myself is I'm way too much of a yes person, and I don't mean I agree with everything everybody says. I mean I say yes to everything. No is not in my vocabulary unless it's absolutely impossible for me to do it. And that's one of the reasons why I don't get enough sleep. If somebody asks me to work a night shift and I can do it, and it's extra money, which it is, I'll say yes. And I don't know if it's because I think I want the extra money or because I think I'm helping somebody out. But I know that I know people who take advantage of me because of that. And it hasn't bothered me to this point, but it's starting to because of the sleep issue. I've always been that way, and it's hard to break a habit.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I would be afraid you wouldn't like me if I said no. So getting past that fear is really hard. Strangely enough, I notice that a lot of people don't have the same issue I do, because when I ask people things, they will say no, and it doesn't bother me too much, but then I think I start resenting it because I said yes to them 27 times and they said no to me once, you know?
Yeah.
And that can't be the way it is, because they're just looking out for themselves. So I have a very distorted view of the whole thing.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you. Yeah.
I'm blessed to have love. This person right here is who has taught me that you can be who you are and you can still be loved.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So true.
Yeah, she is pretty cool.
Bookkeeper.
Yes.
What about you,
How
Lynn?
about you?
Oh, she's like,
What
It's like, stop asking me.
What has love asked from you this year? What?
I don't know.
You don't know?
do you have anything that you love this year? Aw.
There you go.
It's okay if it's always. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
that's, it can be that.
Yeah.
I know that.
I mean, I feel like we got a lot of more connection this year. I really liked it a lot. Yeah, that's it. See, it's easy.
It's easy.
Doesn't have to be anything big, honey. It can be
Thank you for being willing to answer.
yes, thanks for participating.
Even though I know that that is hard, thank you. You know? Yeah, she's
I
so
know.
sweet.
They don't understand how you don't understand how we can learn from you too. You don't understand that. So you have your own wisdom and you are also God in a human expression. You have your own things to say and your own wisdom. Just because you're young and you have less experience doesn't mean that we can't learn things from you just like you would learn stuff from us.
Absolutely.
So what you have to say is important, and there have been many times that you and I have had a conversation, and I have an aha because of you. So know that sometimes when we ask you stuff, it's because we want to know what you would have to say about it. We are genuinely interested in that point of view.
Yeah, we're not trying to put you on the spot
No.
for any other
Well, we
reason.
are, but.
Well, but for any other reason
Yeah.
than we want to know your point of view as well.
Yeah.
We honor you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just so you know, I just want to be really clear. Sometimes young people think that, well, what are we? No, you guys have a lot of your own understanding.
Yeah, because you're a lot clearer,
I know.
right? I mean, you only have had 15 years of BS on this planet.
Right.
We've had decades of people telling us things that we started to believe and incorporate into ourselves. And I mean, I think about, I remember telling my daughter at one point, say, careful what you settle for now, because you'll never believe what you'll settle for when you're 40. I think she was, like in her teens when I said that. But I remember when I was 19, there were things that happened when I was 19 that by the time I was in my mid-20s, my mid-30s, I was willing to settle for. That at 19, I would have told you to go pound sand.
Right.
You know? I mean, so it really is, we fall prey to the race consciousness of what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Just like what you had said about saying yes to people when they have requests. I remember going to Al-Anon and finding out no was a complete sentence, right? And I didn't have to give any
You
explanation.
don't have to give any.
I could just say no.
Right.
That
Why not? Because it's a no.
because no. Yeah. And that it could be kind. Because I thought if I said, if I thought I said a no, that you wouldn't like me, or you would think I'm doing it to you, or something along those lines. So I was always worried that I was going to make somebody mad. And so I had had two realms. It was like either I was going to make somebody mad accidentally, or I was going to do it on purpose before you thought I did it accidentally, so, I was really operating in a very strange place because I just didn't know how to authentically be caring for me and you at the same time. I thought one of us had to lose.
Wow.
And learn that, I think that was probably the biggest learning over the last decade of my life.
Oh, and that's what women are taught.
Yeah, it really is.
For sure.
Set yourself
It
aside.
really
sure.
is. And I just watched an amazing movie with Michelle Pfeiffer called Oh, What Fun
Yes, I want to see.
on Netflix. And really points to that whole thing of how we're taught to as women, taught to put ourselves aside and help everyone else. And I'm not saying to take away being of service to others
Right.
at all.
Absolutely.
Right. Don't get it
Right.
twisted or
And I think that's what a lot of times happens. Well, that's a lot of times what happened to me. I was either going to only concentrate on me or only concentrate on you. And I didn't know how to balance.
Yeah.
And I am learning balance even when others don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my new thing.
To be okay with balancing, even when somebody else has a response that feels like they don't believe this is a balanced situation.
Well, because they're responsible for themselves.
Yes.
And to Evie's point, what you said the same thing. If somebody didn't like me because I said no, then they don't like me anyway. Then they don't like me anyway. Because if you only like me because I say yes to you and I let you do it, then you're not the kind of tribe and friend I want anyway. You know, I had to learn that too. I had to learn that, like, are these people I even hang out with, that I even want to do anything with? Why am I doing that? Because we've been programmed to do that. We've been getting our self-worth from that. From who? From this person? You know, it's taken me years to kind of figure all that out. And I talk to others about this all the time. And my husband had that happen a couple of times I remember where he was at before. And I'd say, what do you care what they think? Are we gonna hang out with this person? Is this person gonna be part of your friendship?
Is this somebody
group?
you even want
Like,
in
who
your
do
life?
why do I care? Well, because I'm like, but why do you care about that? You know, like, so start looking at it like that, because sometimes I really wouldn't care. I don't want to hang out with that person. Maybe I don't like them. Maybe I don't like that person. You know, like, start to get a little, so it takes a minute, but if you can get yourself all riled up for yourself, that feels pretty darn good. And you might be able just to see a glimpse for a minute of, who are these people? Why am I putting myself over here for you? Like, I can understand doing it for your kids and your significant other, maybe your parents, whatever. I can understand some of those dynamics. But some of these people, especially that take advantage of us being nice, like, it took me a long time, but once I figured that out, like, why am I killing myself for these people who would leave tomorrow and go, especially when I was an employer, who would leave me tomorrow to go work somewhere else? I'm sorry. No, thank you. No, thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.
Right, not doing that. So I think, being an entrepreneur myself, I saw the other side so clearly about just how much you were just being used, and they were holding me hostage because I didn't want them to go anywhere. And I thought, you know what, go. If you're only here because I'm doing X, Y, Z, go.
And when you stop doing XYZ, then you figure out who really matters.
Really is it, and then you pour into that person.
That's where I always
That's
told
who
my
gets
kids, invest your emotional pennies carefully
Uh-huh.
and invest it in people who will return the investment.
Exactly. Yeah, and it takes a minute. It takes a minute, and it's okay if the natural default is to do the opposite. You know, don't be nobody beating themselves up for
That's
anything
right.
this morning.
No,
That's
they-
not what we're doing. It's an
no, they-
awareness,
It's just an awareness.
and it's
Exactly.
a turnaround when you can. And if you don't, it's okay. Okay, next time I'm gonna do this. I've had many times where my response was one thing, and I walk away going, "Oh my gosh, it's okay." Next time they do that, I'm ready. And the next time they did that, I was ready, and it didn't happen again. So it's okay. Sometimes it's just having that awareness helps you do it. So yeah.
One of the last things, because we are at that time part, one of the last things I wanted to say was, and BYY yesterday,
BYY got to?
best year yet, we walked into 2026 with a statement, what we wanted to bring forward. And mine was, I am walking into 2026 like the universe just promoted me. So, think about where we're going in 2026, and yeah,
I love that.
there we go. You are ready to pray us?
I'm ready to pray. So anybody else have anything else? Are we solid? Okay, let's go. Okay, deep breath. That feels good. So much good stuff. As we come into the recognition of the one power, the one source, one life, one energy of love, of connection, of peace, of all there is. We recognize that is what we are. That is all we are. We are that love, that joy, that peace. We are that connection. We are that energy, that power. That is who we are. That is our truth at the core. And as I sit in that truth, as I breathe in and out that truth, I speak my word for our time today. I speak my word for myself and everyone here present, anyone hearing the sound of my voice beyond. Knowing that as we allow ourselves to release what has come before, as we allow ourselves to release anything that is unlike our truth, and instead embrace who we are, embrace our growth, embrace where we are today in gratitude for the movements of the previous year or the previous month or the previous days, whatever it is. Allow ourselves to be grateful for it, to recognize that in it and through it is the growth, is the strength, is the recognition of our love, our power, our truth, our strength. It is how we know ourselves. It is how we know each other. That evolution into the next level. To look back and reflect in love and grace is powerful. And I'm grateful for the time we've had this morning to do that, to reset as we move forward into another amazing year of ourselves, of our oneness. And so I let it go and know that we each have been given and received what is ours to receive from this time together. So I let it go. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you.
Yes.
How can we support you?
Well, thanks for asking. So you can support us in a number of ways, one of which is if you're watching right now on YouTube or Instagram, like and subscribe. Also come and join us over at the Facebook group called Sofa Sundays.
Yes, that's amazing. We would love to see you there. And if you felt fed by this, if you've got some awarenesses, ways to move forward, clarity, if you felt spiritually fed by what we are doing here on Sofa Sundays, we would love for your financial support, for your tithe, for your offering, to be in financial support of what we are producing here at Sofa Sundays. And you can do that very easily just by going to our website at beginwithinministries.com. And you scroll down to the bottom, there's a donation section there, and you can do a one-time offering. You can also become a spiritual church club partner with us, and that's a monthly offering of $45 a month for an individual or $75 for a family or a couple. And with that, you help us to grow. You help us to be able to do more things. Like, for example, we're going to talk about it in a moment, but our Franciscan Renewal Center New Year's Eve Day Labyrinth Walk, these are the type of things that we create for our partners to participate in, to further our experience and to further our growth. And we would love more support in that area. So if you're able to do that, we will love that. And of course, you get our mug, which we have our mug shots. And I'm wearing my Sofa Sundays charm. And I love this charm, our little Sofa Sundays charm. So there's lots of things, and then you're part of this community, knowing that you are supporting our growth. And like you said too, share us, invite visitors, come see us in person. We are growing and we want you to be a part of it.
Absolutely. So let's just talk about what's happening coming forward.
Yes.
December 24th is Christmas Eve, just in case you may have forgotten.
Maybe you didn't know.
And you didn't know. Before I say that, happy Hanukkah to all who celebrate.
Yes.
Hanukkah starts today. So just beautiful experience of light and knowing that
your experience today is blessed.
Yes.
And so December 24th, we will be having a candlelight service here and online. And then December 31st, we will be doing the Franciscan Renewal Center. We're going to do a labyrinth walk, and that is at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And there's some experience there for you as well of releasing and receiving and moving forward into our new year.
What time is the Christmas Eve?
Good question.
6 o'clock?
6 o'clock is Christmas Eve, apparently. Okay, yeah, we didn't.
I just make decisions.
There she goes. She just made a decision. And so Christmas Eve, 6 o'clock, and December 31st, 3 o'clock. That means in between time, that Sunday, we're taking it off.
Both of us.
Yes, so there will not be a Sofa Sundays that Sunday at 11:11. So I know you're sad, so show up at one of the other ones and receive.
Yeah, that is on the 28th. We will
Thank
not have an
You'll not
in-person
have
or
it in
online.
person
on the
or
28th.
in line, right,
Yeah.
on the 28th.
First time ever, but you guys are doing
Yeah.
2 extra services. We are.
So, yes. All right,
I think that's it.
I do think that's it.
Oh,
So thanks for being here today.
Appreciate you all. Have a great rest of your week, and yes, definitely happy Hanukkah.
Yes, happy
8 nights
Hanukkah.
of light.
Yes, Maccabee wannabe, that's me.
Oh, okay. All right, didn't know. Yeah, you do. Always
Yeah,
learning
you
something new
That's what.
on the Zopa.
Thanks for watching. Tune in again next week at 11:11 a.m. Pacific Time, or Monday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.